Hello and welcome to this tech tip from CISA 2. Today's session is going to be on chunking your information in Google Forms. So if you create a Google form, and sometimes it can be a little overwhelming for students. You might have question after question all on the same page, and if there's multiple choice options and there's reading to do, it could get very long. So I'm going to suggest that you add sections to your document. So your form can have multiple sections, and each section will show up as a page. So if I click on preview, you can see that the intro and the title is here first. So you could go back here and add directions. You could add an image of some important information you want them to remember. You could even add a video to this section explaining the directions. You could also put in a section, just some text and some description, and in there you can add some voice directions using Mote if you have that extension enabled. So that's a nice way to chunk up the first part, and then students will go on to the next part, and you see here it's very manageable. There's only 3 questions on this page, and you can even put a progress bar on there. So if you go to settings, you can set up some of these settings of having a progress bar on there in the in the settings. So that is nice to have here under responses. We could set it to make sure that we show the progress bar here, and it auto saves. So if a student gets through page 1, a few questions, and then the bell rings, they can come back to it and it will take them right back to the question they are on. Another thing you can do is you can both, in this question, let's say this is an introductory question and they get it wrong, you might not want them going on to all these because maybe they have not mastered this concept yet. So what you can do is you can come over here to the snowman, the 3 dots, and you can say go to a section based on answer. And when you do that, you can see here that I can say go to the next section. If they answer it correctly, they can go to the next section. If they don't, I can say go to submit form or go to section 4 review, and then there'll be some review questions down there. So that is a nice way to have students kind of customized for the variability of students, where they're not answering all the questions if they're not ready for them. You could also, as I've shown in other videos, in your answer key you could provide feedback for incorrect answers. And so for incorrect answers, I can attach a PDF for them to kind of scaffold their learning, or a YouTube video to help them review. And if they get the correct answer, I can put some enrichment and extension activities in here for them as well. And I've covered that in other videos. But this one's mainly about chunking the information and maybe going to sections based on their answers so that they don't have to see so many questions on one page and may not have to answer questions they're not ready for. So there you have it. Hope that helps.